Hey, hey, how's everybody? I'm alive. I made it. I survived my surgery. um, yeah, it's been I think it's been 2 weeks. Has it been 2 weeks? Yeah, it's been like 2 weeks. Wednesday to Wednesday to Wednesday. I think so. I think it's been like 2 weeks. Honestly, to tell you, these last since then, everything's kind of blurred together for me. I've been doing so much, but just been taking it easy, trying to recover, get back in the swing of things, and just figured it was time to give you guys a little bit of an update. Please excuse my beard. I'm growing it back out again, and right now it's in like that awkward phase where like it doesn't really look good because I can't trim it down. You got to let it grow a little bit and then trim it back up to what you want. So it's just kind of looking a little rough right now. but just bear with me a little bit. Um, but yeah, the surgery, everything went good. I mean, it wasn't a fun experience, but it went good. I checked in on. I actually think I did pretty good getting out of there. I checked in on a Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. I went in on a Wednesday. They did my surgery Wednesday afternoon. I stayed in the ICU after the surgery. I think they said the surgery took like 4 hours, 4.5 hours, maybe 5 hours, something like that. Um, and then I was in the ICU recovering and stuff while they were making sure there was no relapse with pressure or anything like that. But by Saturday, I had convinced them to let me go home. I can be very convincing when I want to leave someplace. I don't like hospitals at all. I don't like being there. I don't like it. I want to take care of myself. I don't like being told I can't do things. I can't move. I can't do this. I can't. No. I like to do stuff myself. So by Saturday, I was able to convince them to let me go home. So they let me check out. I came home. Um, I went back in Tuesday morning to get a bandage taken off that was covering up the sutures and everything. They had me leave it on for a little bit. Went in Tuesday morning to have that taken off. And then by Tuesday afternoon, so less than a week, keep in mind, less than a week, had surgery on a Wednesday. It's Tuesday afternoon. 6 days. 6 days after brain surgery, I started working again. I was working again. Granted, I work from home, so I was home anyways. But I was working again. I was getting back into it. Tuesday afternoon, I kind of started working my way back in, checking in with everybody, seeing what was going on. But by Wednesday, I've been working ever since. So one day short of a week, I've been back to work since brain surgery. How many people you know can do that? No, for me, I have to. My boss tried to make me. He tried to force me to continue to stay off, but I was like, bro, I'm gonna work. Even if you tell me not to, I'm just gonna start calling everybody, start doing everything, check it in. I have to be busy. I have to be doing something. Healing and recovering is one thing, but I have to be doing something while I'm doing it. Maybe not physical, up and moving around and stuff, but if I can do emails and text messaging and all of my spreadsheets and all the stuff I got to do on the computer, let me do it. It's better for me mentally to be doing something than to be doing nothing. Um, so I've been doing that. I just went today and got the rest of my stitches and staples and everything taken out. I'm not gonna try to reach around right now, but I'll post some pictures after I put up this video. I'll put some pictures on the community tab to see. And there's some other pictures that I posted from I think in the hospital and um, after the surgery and stuff. Some of the wound stuff. I don't. I have to look. I don't remember if I put it on YouTube or not. But it's definitely on my Instagram. If you want to jump over to my Instagram and take a look at it, I post a lot of pictures over there. But other than that, it went good. When they took out the spot that was in there, like I said, going into it, we were like pretty positive it was necrosis from radiation before, and that's what was causing the pressure and everything. But they weren't positive, and they're never positive until they actually get it out and test it. And he said there's a possibility that there could have been tumor there. They don't know. We're still waiting to get the test back. I still haven't gotten them test back. But he did. He cleaned everything out and sent it out to be tested. And he did say that whatever it was in the where he cleaned it out, it appeared to him that he got all of it. Obviously, that's another thing we don't know. We have to keep doing tests to check and everything. But he said to him when he was done, it appeared to him that he had gotten everything. So that's good. I'll take that. And since then, I've been tapering down off of the steroids that were alleviating the symptoms of all the pressure and all that was going on from the spot. I'm so tired of that freaking steroid. I tell you what, that steroid has wrecked me. You can see it in my face. My face is super puffy and red. And my stomach and my gut is just huge. And my legs are like, you can leave finger indentations in my legs and in my calves. And it's hard for me to sleep at night. I usually get like 3 or 4 hours of sleep tops, and then I'm up. And I was getting extremely bad. Like just after like 2 or 3 hours of laying down, my knees and my elbows and my hands would just start hurting, just hurting. I felt like I was like 120 years old with arthritis, untreated. It was horrible. I felt like just like the driest I've ever, like everything ever felt. It was horrible. And I think that was when I was like peaking on the symptoms of the steroid. Like that's what the steroid was doing to me. So I was getting rid of these other symptoms and dealing with these other things. And that pain would it would take hours for it to go away. Like there was times when I'd be walking my dog and I didn't know if I was going to make it back to the apartment because it hurt so bad. I didn't know. But I've been doing the taper, coming down off of the steroid. That part has finally gone away. Still got the puffiness. Still a little hard sleeping at night. And the fluid retention and everything, but I'm happy that pain went away. And I think it's a slow taper because these steroids that I've been on, you're only supposed to be on them for tops like a month is considered a long time. I was on them for at least 7 or 8 months, at least. So I got to do a really slow taper to come off, but I'm hoping that the rest of this stuff will just start to go as the taper gets lower, because this ain't working. This face, if you go look at some of my other videos like pre-steroid, it don't even look like me. I look huge. I don't like it. My face is so round. I don't like it. But everything's going good. I feel good. Coming off the medication. I just went today and got the rest of my stitches and my staples taken out. And yeah, and now it's just a matter of continuing to heal, continuing to do more tests to make sure that it's not coming back and that everything's doing good, and keep going. That's all we can do, is keep moving forward. No, it's not a huge update. It's just kind of more of like a progress report, I guess. I'm still getting a little bit of stiffness in my neck from where they had to cut through some of the. Actually, having my head turned like that is kind of hurting a little bit. From where they had to cut through some of the muscle, and it's healing back up, but it's really like it gets sore if I hold my head in the wrong position or something like that for too long. But that's getting a lot better too. It feels better just having the stitches out. I tell you what, there's like 20 some stitches going down the back of my head, and that was like because it was going from like a tight patch of skin to a more loose skin on the neck area that's made to move. Anytime I would turn my head, I could just feel it, just stretching, and it didn't feel good at all. It didn't feel good at all. It feels better just having all them stitches out of there, just getting it out of there. But yeah, it's everything's been going okay. Everything's been doing good. It hasn't been fun, but I have no complaints. It is what it is. There was another thing I want to talk to you guys about. So probably 5 months ago, 6 months ago, I started reading this book, and so I read a lot of psychology, a lot of philosophy, stuff like that. Um, that's the kind of stuff I'm into, and that's mainly a lot of what I read. Um, or history. I love ancient history. I love that stuff too. But um, I started reading. So when you get diagnosed with something like cancer, or something else, it's like a big life altering thing. Um, it does cause you to immediately start reflecting inside. Like, you figure out who you are really fast, and you learn things about yourself that you didn't know before. Um, you start dissecting yourself for some reason. It's like an automatic response when you feel like there's a impending end. You immediately refocus on who you are, and what kind of person you are, and you start like a lot of inner reflection. And I've been doing that a lot since my diagnosis over 2 years ago. I've done a lot of inner reflection on stuff, and I've grown a lot. I've learned a lot about myself. I've fixed a lot of things. I've changed a lot of things. I've grown in a lot of ways, and honestly, I can say that I've had I not had this diagnosis, these changes probably wouldn't have happened. I may not have ever made these conclusions. I feel like I'm a better person now. It may have taken this to do it, to get me to think this way, or to go through these mental evolutions, I guess. Um, but I do feel like I am a better person now than I was 2 years ago. And about 5 months ago, I started reading this book. It's I don't know if you guys can see that. Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. And this book changed everything. It I did not even consider when I started reading this book what kind of an impact it was gonna have on me, what kind of an effect it was gonna have on me. Um, it's an amazing book. It changed my outlook on so many things, and caused me to see so many things in a different way. And and I feel like in the last 5 months, I've probably done more growth mentally and as a person just from this than in the 2 years prior. And I grew a lot in the 2 years prior. I'm not the same person I was 2 years ago. This book, without a doubt, has been the most influential thing I've ever read. It's changed my outlook on everything. Um, I can say literally, no exaggeration, I've read this book at least 25 times since 5 months ago when I got it. It doesn't take long to read. It's not a long book. Um, and I've read a lot of other books along the way, along with this one. But it's for something about it. Like, every time I read it, I gain something new from it, a new perspective I didn't see before, something that I can benefit from that I didn't see before. And so it's just kind of like I read it, I finish it, I start it over again. I spend like 15 minutes every morning reading this before I read whatever other book it is that I'm reading. And it just keeps it fresh in my head, and it's just been that influential on me. And I just wanted to say, like, anybody who's going through anything major that's life altering, or has a diagnosis like cancer, or just anybody who feels like they are not I guess they want to be in a better headspace. If you want a different outlook on things, I definitely recommend reading this book. I really recommend at least giving it one read through and see what it can do for you. And of course, since this, I've gone down the whole philosophy rabbit hole behind it, and read multiple books from other people in the same I don't want to say genre, but the same philosophy. Some of the old Roman philosophers, Seneca, Epictetus. I've read a lot of their stuff. I'm not saying you have to go down that rabbit hole. I'm just a rabbit hole kind of guy. I'll go down there. But I would definitely recommend reading Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. And it will change everything. I even got, this is my nice copy. I have another, I went and got a cheap like paperback copy and some highlighters because like I said, I find stuff every time I read it. Every time I read through it, I find something new. So I definitely recommend that. If you're looking for something to change your perspective on things, I definitely recommend that book. And if you want me to do, I tell you what, if you guys want me to do another video where I go like a lot deeper into the book and talk about what's in it and even maybe discuss some other books that I've read that are along the same lines and like the philosophy and everything like that behind it, let me know in the comments and I'll do that. I'll make another video just talking about Meditations and the other books fall in that philosophy that I've read. I don't want to bog this video down with it, but if you guys want to see another one, I'll do another one just for that. But yeah, I definitely recommend it. And yeah, other than that, like I said, I've been doing really good. Just recovering and working and paying bills. It's all we can all. It's all anybody can do. It's work and pay bills, but and grow a beard, grow my beard out. It's looking a little rough. I tell you what was fantastic was being able to take a shower and wash my head. Like when the stitches were up there, I couldn't get them wet. I had to keep them dry. I couldn't put anything on them. So I basically I had to wear a shower cap when I would take a shower to keep my head from getting wet. And then I would have to use like these like wet towel things to try to clean all around it. But I can't see back there. So I could only do so much without being able to see. And I'm a very clean person. Like I'm obsessively clean. So that was driving me nuts not being able to do that. So I tell you what, as soon as they got done taking them stitches out today, I came straight home and I took like the longest shower ever. I ran out of hot water and I might take another shower again later. It just felt so good just to be able to wash my freaking head. It was amazing. But yeah, like I said, I'll post some pictures in a little bit on YouTube, and I have some other stuff if you want to take a look. If you want to jump over to my Instagram, I got some stuff on there. But yeah, other than that, once I find out what them test results are and I go see my doctor again next week, I'll see if I can put together another update video for you guys. All right, let me know if you want me to do a video about the meditations. Thank you guys. Talk to you later.